welcome to another weekly preview where I'm going to talk to you about the upcoming movies, video games, and TV shows that I think might be worth checking out this week. I'll knock off TV real quick, so I think this is going to kind of be a dry spell for TV, maybe for the next month or so, or maybe just a couple of weeks. But the only thing really coming out in TV is Space Force. The second season of Space Force is coming out on Netflix. This show didn't look good at all. I know it's like The Office and Parks and Rec people, but still. All I really heard about Space Force was that season one wasn't very good, and that, hopefully it's going to be better because, the first season of The Office wasn't very good, and the first two seasons of Parks and Rec wasn't very good, and, as time went on, they got better. But maybe your show could just start off good. Just make it good in the beginning. Don't like experiment and forget how to make a good show. Just make it good from the beginning. It it didn't look good, and I'm not even gonna bother with season two. So, yeah, I'll go to movies next because I might talk about video games a little bit longer, even though they didn't even look at like anything about video games. I'll get to video games. Movies, you have Dog, which is Channing Tatum and a dog just going on a road trip. Uh, I guess a movie like that is made for people, not people like me. Doesn't look interesting. There is The Cursed, which is a horror movie, I believe. I just saw trailers for that everywhere. This and Dog. I just see trailers all the time when I'm like watching Hulu or something. There'll be trailers for one of these two movies. Curse is a horror movie starring Boyd Holbrook, I think. If I remember that from just seeing it on Wikipedia a couple seconds ago. Horror movies, fine. It's not coming out in October, so I don't know how, they don't seem like they release horror movies in October anymore. It's almost like they release horror movies in every month but October. Also, there was something. Oh yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is coming out on Netflix again. I haven't heard anything about this. All I really know about it is it's doing the annoying thing that I hate, where we're gonna be a direct sequel to this movie. We're gonna pretend that this and this movie doesn't exist. Halloween has done it 3 times now. Terminator has done it with every single movie after Terminator 3. And a bunch of other things they've done. It's just really annoying, and I don't like it. And I wish they would stop doing it. Either stop doing it or just let the franchise die. I don't know why things can't just ever be left alone. You just gotta keep making stuff. I think last, but certainly not least, I suppose, is Uncharted. That's also coming out this month. And hey, it's a video game. It's a movie based on a video game, and historically those have been very good. So I'm sure it'll be amazing. Now for video games. There really didn't look like there was anything coming out in video games that I could see. Some like Star Wars MMO was coming to Windows. I don't know. See, I'm really out of the loop with video games, so I don't know like what's new or what's like a re-release or a DLC or something. But anyway, at some point in February, maybe not this week, maybe it's next week, but we're supposed to be getting the Half-Life 2 Overcharged mod is supposed to release. I don't think it's going to release on Steam yet. It's just going to like be released on some mod page or something. It's basically the Half-Life 2 mod where they just throw a whole bunch of crap into it. I don't know how it's going to be. I mean, it could be good. It could be... It's probably just going to be too much stuff. They're adding like 50 weapons, which you don't need 50 weapons in that game. Half of them are just going to be weapons you aren't going to need or never use. I know there's a lot of cut content going into that, which that could be interesting. The thing that would intrigue me the most is, and I'm not completely sure they're doing this, is if they decide to smush together Half-Life 2 with Lost Coast Episode 1 and Episode 2 kind of form one linear story. I heard they're doing it with Lost Coast. I don't know if they're doing it with Episode 1 and Episode 2, if they're kind of smushing those two episodes together. I feel like it works better with Episode 1. I don't know if you could really smush Episode 2 to the end of Episode 1, because the thing about both the episodes is it's the building back up the weapons. And it works better in Episode 1 because at the end of Episode 2, you lose all your weapons when you get the supercharged gravity guns, so of course you gotta lose them all back up. But it didn't work as well in the beginning of Episode 2 because it's just like you just lost your weapons except for the gravity gun. You know, you were in a train crash and lost every single one of your weapons. Okay, it's a little weak, I suppose. Um, Maybe they could just make it so you don't lose your weapons at the end of Episode 1. I don't know how much. I don't know. I don't want to, like, crap on these people without knowing what they've actually done. But, like, I don't know how much effort they are actually putting into this besides just throwing a bunch of shit in. I mean, I'll probably check it out to see if it's any good. I don't know. Maybe it's just the side of me that saw what happened with Hunt Down the Freeman that's gonna make me wary of anything fan made. Is Borealis even still a thing? I remember like 2 years ago, every time I would make a daily Half-Life 3 update, all my comments would just be like, well, what about Half-Life Borealis? Or what about the Episode 3 script leak? Like, yes, I'm aware of those things. They mean absolutely nothing. Is Borealis still happening? Is that still a thing? I don't know. Video games are. I don't like video games that take a while. I think just work on a video game and then once it's done, pick your release date and announce it like a month before the release date. Isn't that? I think that's what not Far Cry. I think that's what Fallout 4 did. They just announced Fallout 4 like a month before the game came out. Don't like just drag this out and tease this out for years and years. Like, what about they were going to do they were going to import Far Cry. Why do I keep saying that? They were going to import Fallout 3 into the Fallout 4 engine. That was a thing. Are they going to do that? Wasn't there a Fallout Miami that was going to happen? What's going on with this? Like, it's annoying. So I guess I understand it's not studios either. That's like fan stuff. Maybe they need support or, funding, whatever. But still, it's just annoying in general. But and games also seem to, even studios do that. Because that Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever it was, when that finally came out, my first thought was, oh wow, they made a sequel to this game already? They were talking about it for so long, I just assumed that a game had already come out, and that when they released Cyberpunk, that was the sequel. I think the same thing happened with Far Cry 5. It's like, I had assumed Far Cry 5 had just like already happened months ago. And it was like, oh no, it's out today. Like, what? No, isn't it? It came out a long time ago. This is just me ranting about video games. There you go. But that's the stuff. I guess that's the movies that you can check out. Oh, I almost forgot too. The last episode of Peacemaker comes out this week. I'm definitely gonna, I've been watching along the entire time, and of course I will watch the last episode. I'll maybe talk about it in a video because that's the big TV show everybody's watching now. This and Boba Fett. Although Boba Fett's done. I already talked about Boba Fett. But yeah, that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.